Hello!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Saturday morning coffee.
This is weird.
There's 3 of us.
Ah!
Yeah,
Welcome to Warm and Cozy Quilting.
yeah. We're glad you're here.
Yes.
I'm glad to have coffee. I'm glad to see you, even though I can't see you.
Glad to be back in the St. Louis area.
Yeah.
And not in the Chicago area.
Yes.
Now that you, huh?
I'm getting to
Oh.
that. I was waiting patiently. I'm Jason.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Sadie.
Good to meet you.
And behind the camera today we have Lydia. Hi.
Thanks, Lydia, for running the show.
We appreciate it, actually. Thank you. So we're back from Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Went to H&H.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about it today.
Sounds good.
You're going to answer questions and
Oh.
ask questions.
Okay.
Yes, that's how it's going to work.
All right.
I'll even tell you what questions to ask.
Perfect.
How's that sound? Awesome. I love it. As you're jumping on, make sure you say hi. Good morning. Hello. Good to
Yeah.
see you.
Hi.
We'll comment along with you just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Then while we're waiting for people to start jumping on, let's have our normal announcements. What do you think?
Okay.
Cool.
What are
So
our normal announcements?
our normal announcements are, don't forget that. So seriously, do you realize this quilt show weekend is in
Bum,
3
bum,
weekends?
bum. Yes.
Do you know
And-
that I am not mentally prepared
And
for
we
this?
have so many things before then,
So much, and then so much after,
and so much after.
and so much after.
So
Time to run.
yes, it is.
So you've got the Hearts and Hands Quilt Show in Shiloh, Illinois at the Whiteside Middle School.
Yes.
White
That's
side.
going to be, June
7th and 8th.
That's
Yes,
Saturday,
Saturday.
Sunday.
Mhm.
Then we have the
Friends.
Friends of Friendship
Yes.
Of friendship.
at the Merrimack area, or Mineral Area College
Mineral Area College.
Park Hills Mo.
in Park Hills.
Yes.
That is on June 7th. That is
I
the
love that
opposite
show.
direction. It's great.
I love the Hearts and Hands show.
Mhm.
Yeah, both
They're
great.
both great.
That's why
I'm
we
glad
couldn't
I
say
can't
no to
be-
either one.
I'm sad I can't be at both.
Right. It's going to be a tough day for you to not
So,
be at both.
Yeah.
We're working on cloning, but it's just,
It hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't gone
we're
well.
not experts in the quilting world on that.
It's not
So
murder if it's a clone. So we've had to dispose of a few of them. It's
Oh my
fine.
God.
gosh,
Oh, no.
Jason, don't
Oh,
say
no.
stuff like that.
How do you know you're not the clone, though?
Oh my gosh, that's why I said don't say stuff like that.
anyway, so we have a very exciting things coming up.
Mhm.
Lots of quilt shows to check out, events going on.
Yeah.
June 7th,
June 7th.
the shop will be closed.
Saturday, June 7th. Let's all say it again, just so you all hear us.
From the back. Repeat.
June. I almost said January.
January.
7th.
June 7th. It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Shop will be closed.
Stores closed.
Correct. We
Can't
will
come
not
in.
be here.
Don't come here.
We'll
Tell
be
your
there
friends.
and there,
Right.
and not here.
Right.
Go visit us both locations.
We're going to put signs on the door, but you've already driven here by that point. So
Right. Don't drive here the 7th of June and be like, where'd you go?
Oh, yeah.
You were warned.
Google is updated. Google will tell you that we're closed.
Will it
Also,
really?
It will.
I love Google.
But if you end up here on that Saturday because you forget, it's okay.
Right.
Right.
We'll work with you on that one. I won't let you in. I don't have a remote button.
No one will be here, so
That's right.
sorry.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, we have some people saying hi. Let's say hi real fast.
Okay.
Just real quick,
Hello.
but not quick enough. You have got Joni and Dolores.
Good morning.
Southern Illinois represent.
Good
Hi,
morning.
guys.
Good morning.
That's you on. I love when I see those two on. It's great. Vicky, the Three Musketeers, and the Amazing Lydia.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a great title. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was taken, though, by an author some years back about the Three Musketeers.
Mm.
I don't remember anything like that.
TM. I don't know what you're talking about. Morning, Sharon. Good to see you on wherever you're
Good
watching.
morning,
I'm
Sharon.
wherever you're watching.
Yes.
Good morning. Yes.
Morning,
For sure.
Jackie. Good to see you on. Beth, Saturday, June 7th, you will be closed. Got it.
Thank you, Beth.
Yes.
That is correct.
Message
I
received.
cannot
Yay.
tell you how much I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vicky, love the quilts behind you. Love making them in different colors. Earl,
Mhm.
wait. You're going to love this. It's good
Mhm.
information. You're going to love it. And good morning, Beth. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the important thing there. She recognized that she needed to let us know she heard it, but
Yes.
then said hello.
Yeah, so
thank you.
by the way, hello.
You understood the
Yes.
assignment. You did a great job.
Good morning, Glenna.
Morning,
Good
Glenna.
morning.
And Deb over
where
in
do you see
Iowa.
that?
Over on the YouTube side.
How can you see that over there? Maybe I need my glasses.
You might need new
updated.
glasses.
I'm
Maybe.
like,
I just kind of look at the fuzzy blurs and kind of assume I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I make up a lot of stuff. That's kind of how that goes. Anyway. Again, still continue. Say hi, hello, and all the other things as we go through all this.
We love it.
Hello, Suzanne. Good morning. Our favorite quilt shop? Aw.
You know what?
Quite a
You're our
time
number
alone.
one customer.
You are.
That's right.
And so are
So-
you.
and so are you.
And you. And you.
And you.
And you.
Mhm.
Even in the back.
Mm, I got you on hold for a second.
All right.
Kidding, obviously. Anyway. So those are the quilt shows that are coming up in June. Make sure you got yourself mentally prepared for those.
And I know you're like, what, June? That's a long time away. It's not that far.
It's not.
It's not that
Mentally,
far.
I'm in March, but actually the calendar says we're in May.
I
So
know. I went, hold on, what?
It's terrible.
I guess we got to get with it.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to make note that we have a Janome education event coming up in June.
We have dates for a save the date situation?
Yes, save the date situation.
What are the dates?
They are June 20th, which is a Friday, and June 21st, which is a Saturday.
Okay.
You don't have to do both. This is an either or situation.
Okay.
So
you're gonna-
if you are somebody who works still,
Yeah.
and you need to come on Saturday, we got you.
Right.
If you're like, I got stuff to do on Saturday, you come on Friday.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
I believe the situation is that you're going to have a chance to use both the M8 and the 550 ELE.
Correct.
So you get to get your hands on like one of the best
Top
top,
of the
line,
line.
absolute best.
Sewing machine.
I say one because there's the M17, but we're not
Yeah.
talking about that one because we're at the M8.
That is a top of the line combo machine.
Everything.
This is top of the line sewing.
Sewing.
Just
Right.
sewing.
So you'll get your hands on that for a day. And on the embroidery machine, the single needle, so the 550 ELE was a great one for that. Very well
Mhm.
done. I do like that machine.
I do
Right.
know that the M8, you have the option for stitch regulation. So that you can just put on a different foot and go.
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
It is so amazing.
So do we know what the project is that they're doing with that? Because I know it's that you're going to finish with a little project when you go out
Mhm.
of here. There's going to be something made, but I
Yep,
don't know
correct.
what
A
it
make and
is.
take
I'm
situation.
yes, not sure what the project is yet, but the class is called It Takes Two, and it's all about how you can combine the things that you're doing on your M8
Mhm.
and incorporate embroidery into your projects.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
it'll
Very
be
cool.
super fun. Looking forward to that. More information coming soon.
Very soon. Very, very, very soon. So be ready for
Yeah,
it.
because June 20th and 21st is in a minute and a half.
Yes, and seating will be limited. So, like,
Correct.
Mhm.
when we announce it, don't hesitate on signing up for that because it'll be worth the effort. So,
I got to play on the M8 at H&H,
Isn't
and
it
I got
fun?
to play with the ASR, which is the stitch regulation
Mhm.
system. And I was doing stitch regulation with ruler work.
yes.
Oh,
It's
nice.
fun, isn't it?
It was pretty fun.
It's great.
It's not my normal
Were you, like, awesome
mode
at
of
it?
quilting. So ruler work is wonderful because it is exact, right?
Mhm.
Sure.
But it's kind of tricky to get used to that, like, oh, this is going to end up a quarter inch away
Sure.
and making it
Mhm.
land in the right spot. So I still need to do some practicing to
Okay,
get
fair
there.
enough.
But, it's always good to get your hands on a machine and practice and try new skills.
For sure.
That's a true statement. I have to admit, the first time I did rulers, it was terrible.
Mhm.
I'm still terrible at rulers, but
I
it's
mean,
fine.
yeah.
I still enjoy it. So
I don't know. It is hard.
it is hard. It takes some practice and
But-
a lot of doing, and it's great.
But then you're going to get very straight lines.
Right.
And very
And
curvy
beautiful
curves.
work.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
So anyway, they're fun. Okay, so be ready to sign up for that. Also, good morning, Sue. What is that quilt behind it? We'll talk to you about those here in a moment.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're fantastic. Actually, I guess we
Glad
can
you
say what the
asked.
name of it is.
Glad you asked. Well, okay. I mean,
Tell
I
them.
do-
You made them.
So these two quilts are Felicity, which is a new pattern by GE Designs. This was Gudrun's retreat.
Your retreat for this
I
year. yeah.
went to Gudrun's virtual retreat in March, and this was supposed to be one queen size quilt. I decided I didn't want all the colors together in one quilt, so I broke down the hot ones and the cool ones. And did I go the wrong way?
You did.
No,
That's all right.
Cool ones.
Strike
over here.
that, reverse it.
Yeah.
but yeah.
And put them in quilts. And yeah, because that just
I do love the way that,
that-
looks on
and so
screen.
because also first of all, it's hard as a shop for us to hang a queen size quilt. That just doesn't work so
Yeah.
well. So this is two lap size quilts instead.
Mhm.
And so the only thing I had to get extra was another border.
And what I love
So-
about it, and we'll talk about it more here in a minute, is that it looks difficult.
Yeah,
It is not
not difficult
at all. It's fantastic, but we'll talk about it.
I
in the
love
next-
things that are tricky, that look tricky, and
Yes, because this all was part of the whole H&H thing, which
Mhm.
we're going to talk about. I don't think anything else to say or mention at this point, so we're gonna go into it.
Okay.
You ready?
hmm
Ask what H&H is.
Oh, so these two, so it was supposed to be all three of us that went to H&H.
Yes.
As you guys know, I had surgery back in April, and we thought 5 weeks would do it, and I would be able to go. But there's a lot of walking,
So
a lot of
much
stairs, a lot of, and my hip was just not up to it.
No, it was not going to work out.
So I was like, I'm going to stay home, which
She
was
did.
a very hard decision for me
We
to
all
make.
cried collectively
Yeah.
together and independently.
But I was
So,
like, so I'm not going. So
Yeah.
y'all better do a good job. Learn all the stuff, right?
Yes.
So anyway, so guys, tell me, what is H&H?
well, let me tell you what H&H is. I've got that information for you. H&H stands for Handicraft and Hobby. Okay. It's business to business craft industry trade show / convention / conference with classes and education, lecture and demos, meetups, and more. So it's all about trade stuff, getting together to know other people in a business.
Right.
H&H Cologne was the largest trade fair for the craft industry. That's the one that takes place over in Cologne, Germany,
Mhm.
annually. Has been going on for many years now. They came to America 4 years ago now.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is the second year that quilting has kind of been part of it.
Yeah, because it started when it came here. It was mostly fiber, like
Mostly, yarn
yarn
and
and-
threads and things of the sort. So hand quilt or crochet, knitting, all that kind
All
of
that.
stuff. That's what they were there for, which was great. But this year, what do we got here? This year, I got some statistics versus last year,
Oh, okay.
and I think these may nominalize out a little bit better once they have a true count on attendance. But last year, for example, they had 402 exhibitors at H&H
Mhm.
North America. This year, they had 541.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's a really impressive increase in number of vendors.
Yeah.
Right. So that just, means that we get to see Moda and we get to see all the different Free Spirit and all the different
All the tool
everything,
makers,
all the tool makers,
pattern writers, all
Thread.
the fabric people,
Yeah.
thread people, all that
Mhm.
stuff were there. It was fantastic. There were 185 education sessions this year compared to last year's 85. So 100 more education sessions. What is that
Wow.
good for?
So yeah, so do you want me to talk about this?
If you or I will, because I don't care.
Really, it's like you get to go and hear from the maker of that product. Okay, if it's a fabric line, if it's a new pattern that
Mhm.
they've just written, you get to hear from them and why they did it and all that. And so then you really get to make better decisions on what to bring into your shop, because you can
Right.
kind of get that. But there's also a lot of like how to do things better, right?
Right.
Go
So
ahead.
from a business side,
Mhm.
that's kind of how we see it. But for you, what does that mean? That means that we have that knowledge.
Right.
We go there and we're able to get the information. We know what the market's going to be doing, what kind of cool stuff is
Mhm.
coming. We went for HandiQuilter training,
Mhm.
which was great because it's nice to see what HandiQuilter's planning on doing, what kind of concept stuff they have happening, and what does that mean for you, and help us continue to be able to offer you that level of service you expect.
Right.
So things like this are fantastic for businesses for that reason, which
Mhm.
in turn helps it to make it easier for you to do what you love.
Exactly.
So, as far as who was all there, the numbers are weird on this one, but I'm just going to read it as they posted it. This year they had 77 states and countries represented.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they had 41 countries represented. So I don't think they broke out the states
Okay.
in that number. So I don't know how much that has changed, but
Yeah.
just because the number of vendors, I would suspect probably
Mhm.
a bit more across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Approximately, yes.
And last year we went with
Mhm.
Mom,
Yep.
and the three of us went, and there was some fabric, but not much.
Yeah.
There was a few
Oh, yeah.
fabric companies, but not that many. There was a lot still of crochet, knitting, things like that. We still got good information.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, it was
absolutely.
not a waste of time or anything like that. It was great information. But the fact is that last year they saw how many people were interested in coming,
Right.
and all those big companies were like, let's go.
Right.
And now let's make it more for the fabric shop owners and, fabric industry.
And even so, even though there were so many more people there this year, I know there were several brands that I know of that were not there.
Right.
There were definitely
Sure.
brands not represented that, I would
Probably
suspect
will.
next year we'll
Yep.
be like, oh,
People
We should
will
be there.
increase. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of a great show.
It's really nice that it's being embraced by the quilting community, and
Yeah.
that all the industry leaders are in one place. So we can kind of collaborate. We can figure out where their heads are at. We can all kind of talk about the challenges and, the new things that are on the market and how we're navigating the ever-changing world, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then as far as attendance was concerned, last year they had an actual number of 3,831 people in attendance. This year they suspect, I believe they said in that panel that we were at 5,000 plus in
Yep.
attendance. So
Yeah, but yesterday was the last day, so
Right.
they don't have all those numbers.
they didn't have
yet.
all those numbers just yet, and they will eventually have all that information. So again, it's a pretty substantial turnout for
Mhm.
a few days worth of what's going on.
So I'm sure that some of you have heard of or have even gone to Houston
Yes.
in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston does a market for business owners,
Mhm.
and then they do a, what do they call it?
Quilt
A
show.
Festival for consumers.
Festivus for the rest of
Yes.
us.
Yeah, so they do, and so a lot of consumers have gone to Houston, so you kind of get it. You know that you're seeing what's coming. You get to see a big quilt show. So
Yeah.
essentially, same thing, but in the springtime, is what H&H is trying to do,
Right.
Absolutely. So
and we love it because it's in Chicago, which we can drive to.
easily.
Right.
Which is great.
That's very nice.
So that was kind of the thing that I noted last year, because we talked about H&H last year when you guys went, and so a lot of these numbers I'm referencing from that. But I had made note in there that last year we were thinking maybe this would be the new spring market. And I'm going to tell you now, even talking with a few company corporate heads, because you kind of get to interact with those people, that seems to be the leaning thought process.
Mhm.
Is that's really where they're going. That said,
There's a lot of stuff that's boring to them. I
spring
think.
market announced themselves for next
Yeah.
fall or next spring. So I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing how it turns out. The important thing for you, why is this all important? Next year, they're going to have a consumer side for the customers. It's going to be fibers or fabric and fiber
Yes.
is what it's going to be referred to. So F&F instead of H&H. I had a lot of people giggle at that.
They like
I don't
their
know why.
alliteration. They
It-
really do.
I guess so. So F&F, you could do a lot of stuff with that. Fun and free, fancy footwork. I don't know, whatever you want to use, pick your own words. But that's going to be next year. So if you're interested in something like this, I would strongly encourage you to mark your calendars. They do have the dates already. The F&F Craft Festival starts May 1st and goes through May 3rd. And then for retailers and us on this business side, it's going to be May 6th till May 8th.
Right.
They do mention that classes will kick off on April 30th. So that means even though H&H starts on May 1st, they will have the day before, we'll have classes and things like that. So if you like going for education, you like going for like all the cool stuff, I'm going to strongly encourage you to have a look into this F&F America Craft Festival. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Okay, we had some people jump on, I think.
I do. We did have some people jump on. Just going to say hi real quick. We had Terry. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Julie. Good to see you.
morning.
Hello, Nancy.
Good morning.
Beth, you hear that the national show is in St. Louis next April? It absolutely is. I
Yes.
believe that's in the first middle part of April, which
Yeah.
will then be followed quickly by Paducah and then quickly
Yeah.
by H&H.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a
I
lot of
think
quilt shows.
The consumers are going to drive what happens at that point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
By who shows up to what.
Did
I think
we
is gonna
miss
determine a lot of stuff.
Deborah?
Did we miss Deborah? Oh, 2.0. Hi.
Good morning. And
Sorry.
there wasn't anybody else,
I
right?
don't think so. That was my bad. These are all weird. Oh, Chastity. Good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Good to see you on.
Is it
All right.
being weird? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
And hi, Julie.
Hi,
Good
Julie.
morning.
I did. Julie really hopes that Motorep shares her skirt pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that
I
cool?
don't know that one. Is there
I posted a bunch of pictures that I took. And I do have to say, while I did take a lot of pictures, I definitely did not photograph everything. There's a ton of stuff that we saw that I didn't have pictures of.
yeah.
But one of the Moto reps had made this awesome skirt that was Moto fabrics over the years. And then she had a piece in the back celebrating 50 years of Moda. And it was really cool.
Oh.
So that is posted on our Facebook page. If you're there down below, scroll back through our timeline. If you're on YouTube, you can find us facebook.com/warmandcozyquilting.
Also,
it's
while
there.
you're at those pages, hit the follow.
Yeah, that would
or
be
the
great.
Like,
Mhm.
or subscribe because it's all free.
Yeah,
Meaning it costs you
absolutely.
nothing. Thank you.
That skirt was fabulous.
I don't know
It was
anything
very
about the
cool.
skirt. I don't
It's
know.
fine. You don't wear skirts.
I
It's
don't.
for
I'm
you.
not a skirt wearer, mainly because I don't like my legs getting cold. It's not for me.
Makes sense.
I mean, if
Yep.
it was made of wool, perhaps I'd consider it, but no. And you can all thank me later for that. Also, use those reacts at the bottom of your screen. We love to know that you guys are actually watching. When I don't see reacts, I wonder if anybody's actually even on. Love you guys, but don't get lost in the conversation.
They're commenting.
I know they are. They're there. I know they're there. It's fine. Anyway, so let's get to the real fun of all the stuff. What's new? What did we learn? What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to start with HandiQuilter.
Yeah.
So that was where we started our event at. We went to the HandiQuilter Academy for
Mhm.
retailers, which is
Mhm.
always fun. They had this year, I believe the number I got from Mark Highland was approximately 150-ish in number of retailers present, which is about par for their usual at their facility,
Yeah.
which is actually great. And some retailers that have never been able to make it, so it kind of evened itself out there, which was really kind of cool.
So
Because usually
what?
we have to travel to Salt Lake for that.
Right.
Right.
So what Academy is HandiQuilter brings in a lot of their dealer shops,
Mhm.
and we get to talk about what is new and upcoming with HandiQuilter, what challenges we might be having. We get to work with other retailers. So what are they doing in their stores that's working that we need to consider? Also, it's just really nice to have that personal touch point. We get to have dinner with them and,
Right.
really get to know them. And so it helps to build that relationship.
When
And
we have
it
to
helps-
call because there's a problem.
Right.
We're like, hey,
Yeah.
remember me? I was there.
Right? I sat next to you.
So I have to say, this was one of the most exciting ones for us.
Yeah.
For me, maybe me specifically, because we got there Sunday for dinner, and at our table, we got to hang out with Carl Taylor. Do you guys know who Carl Taylor is? Probably not. Most people
No.
don't.
I don't.
Carl Taylor is the CFO for HandiQuilter, so he's a numbers
Nice.
guy.
Yeah.
And initially, I'm like, oh man.
Oh,
this
the
is gonna be-
accountant.
The
Like, what?
accountant's sitting here. I guess I can't
Ask him about different things.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl was the coolest person I've ever had to deal with in a long time.
Yeah,
he
It
was
so
fantastic.
fun.
Yeah.
We had such a good time with
Not a
Carl.
quilter, definitely a numbers guy, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good. You get to see the inside of business, on that
Right.
on their end.
I feel like we broke him a little bit though.
Yeah.
He did not leave that table scared of much.
Well, I think it's really cool that HandiQuilter is so invested in their retailers that they want to have their accountant better understand what their
Mhm.
retailers are doing.
Right.
Mhm.
So we put them at a table together,
Right.
like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
That is really simple, but that's so valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, they hold us to a high standard, which is why they are invested in continuing education and why we continue to show up
Right.
for continuing education.
Yeah.
Long arms are a big investment, and we want to make sure that we're able to help you. And that's one way we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they came back with lots of ideas. How can we have more, whatever?
right. And not to forget the combination, who we got to speak and hang out with.
Yeah.
So Rick and Angie from the Quilting Connection.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
kind of been our hangout friends for the last couple of years. They're
Yeah,
cool.
they're so awesome.
We officially had the cool table because our table filled up first.
oh,
always.
yeah.
Every time. It didn't matter. Our table was full of people always. We got to hang out with the folks from Fabric Bash.
Yeah.
They are in Nebraska, Omaha. Omaha?
I think so.
Yes. Super cool people.
Another family-owned business.
Keep
Quilting
seeing
Connection, too.
Yeah, I keep
Yep.
seeing Fabric Bash online all the time.
They
I
have
know.
done a great job with their advertising, getting into the Facebook marketplace, or just in your feed. Nothing against you, Sadie. I think they have somebody that actually that does her all the time. Like that's
Yeah.
her only life,
Right.
And they're doing a great job of it.
Yeah.
So if you ever find yourself in Omaha, Nebraska, go check out Fabric Bash.
Absolutely.
Super awesome. Then we got to meet the folks from Pinhole Quilting the
Yes.
next day for lunch. That was fun.
That was fun.
They're British. English?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to be wrong. They're not watching. God, I hope they're not
They're
watching.
from the UK.
They're from the UK. They have a quilt shop there and they sell HandiQuilters there.
Yeah,
Nice.
So we
super
had to-
nice.
What was her name? From Australia.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Yes,
She
Michelle
was
was
there.
there.
So we had an international table for a
Kirsten.
minute. That was exciting.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was just kind of a brief insight to.
Did she bring her Vegemite?
No, she did not. But she had this fancy looking jacket on that was quilted, and I was like, "Man, is that cave?" She's like, "Everybody thinks that, but no, I bought it in the store." She's
Oh,
like,
wow.
"I'm never gonna make one of those myself," and I saw it, and I figured, might
Why
as well
not?
just buy it. So she did. Anyway,
Wonderful.
it was fantastic.
Don't worry. We're going to get to products
Soon enough.
Yes.
soon.
For those of you that are interested in what's coming out with HandiQuilter, new and exciting, I can tell you this much. There is a new machine coming.
Yep.
It is awesome.
Yep.
I am actually excited about it, and that's probably been
It's been a couple of years since I've been
since I've been excited about a machine.
I mean,
It was, I can't tell you more, mainly because I didn't verify that I was good to tell you this information, so I'm not going to get myself in trouble yet.
last year there was a new stationary machine, which is great.
Yes.
Yes.
For those people who like stationary machines. I am like, I don't, that's like Lydia. Lydia
Yes.
loves a stationary
Yes,
machine.
she does.
So,
But the rest of us,
I'm like, it's fine,
Right.
But this one has me excited.
right, it's awesome. But another thing that I'm going to tell you about, whether or not I'm supposed to tell you or not, who cares? I care, but it doesn't matter.
God, who
For those of
cares?
you that have a long arm, they are going to introduce ability to start using flat back needles as opposed to the round needles. I don't have much more detail on how that's going to work. They've told us that they've spent a year and a half working with it, and they're comfortable with it, and they love the process. So cool. But more exciting, quick connect, feet changing. So we can
just a.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
you just
gosh.
flip, change your foot, flip, put it back on.
Both of these things make me nervous, but
I'm
it's
excited
okay.
about both of them. Honestly, I really am.
Yeah.
They are planning on having those available September
Nice.
timeframe. One will be a conversion kit you could do yourself. The other will be something that you'll need a technician to do. So I
Nice.
look to be probably doing some of those here in the future. But just be aware it's coming.
Yeah. And really what that means is that you'll have more options.
Yeah.
So that's never a bad thing, you know?
No,
Right.
It's great, actually. So I look forward to it. It'll be a good time. All right, let's do some more fun stuff. Oof. I still don't know that I want to talk about that one. Janome introduced a new concept machine. Moving on. GE showed off some new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, and there's some of this that were like, can we talk about it? I mean, usually after the show is done, it's totally fine too, but
right.
sometimes they're like, wait until we release it, on our end.
I would like a little
Yeah.
more detail from them on the machine. It was interesting enough. I
something
couldn't-
different. I think that it's going to be, some people are going to love it.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. I do believe you. I think I usually go into it, think of 3 people that may be able to love this machine.
Mhm.
I got to 2.
Mhm.
So I had a hard time with it, but that's okay.
It's again going to be something that anybody who sews any clothing is going to enjoy. And we don't,
especially if you're new and you don't have the space for it.
And we don't generally do a lot of apparel. So can't tell you, going to tell you soon.
Very soon.
But
Are
it
you
was
guys,
really
like,
cool
over
to
it?
get to hang out with, the folks from Janome that are doing the manufacturing
Right.
over in Japan.
Yes.
And kind of see where their head is at and
Yeah,
what kind
why
of
they
things
would
they're
do this.
thinking about
Yeah.
and how they plan to improve machines in the future.
Yeah,
I
love it.
mean, embroidery machines have not really been around all that long,
Mhm.
in the grand scheme of things. So,
Developing those and making them better, always good.
Absolutely. Now the important stuff. Let's be real. You guys care about fabric. Care
fabric.
about fabric.
Mhm.
Specifically, I have to say, of all the things I saw and heard about, I think GE Designs, whatever Gudrun's put out, I'm excited about what she has going on. So we're going to
Yes.
kind of talk about her first.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we did get to meet Gudrun.
Yes.
Let's see here. What parts do we want to talk about first? Like with that whole thing. You have
Just
preference?
keep talking.
Yeah. You
Okay,
go.
because
You're driving this car.
I went with the table runners first.
Okay.
So littles?
Not
Oh,
the
the-
littles. The quilt as you go
Mm-hmm.
table runners.
I think they're in the photo.
They are in the photo. So I got to meet Gudrun. I've met Gudrun before, but she was there. So I got my picture taken with her. Sadie took a great picture, and I don't take good pictures. So hopefully Victor or Lydia could bring that up for us. There it is. Look at me.
And
So
Gudrun.
goofy looking. And there's Gudrun. Now, what I want to point your attention to.
Can you go back to that
If you
for
could
a
just real
second?
quick. Over here, where Gudrun's by herself doing the lovely heart-shaped hand thing, over her left, what would be her left shoulder, you see those little table runners on the wall. Okay, there's one that looks like the braided table runner that she's had that pattern for some time, and the one just above it. Those are new Quilt As You Go patterns that she is going to release now. And actually, you can see in that awful picture of me
It's not
on my
awful.
left side,
Mhm.
hanging on the wall, those are the packages. Okay, go ahead
Nice.
and bring it back, Lou.
So quilt as you go.
Quilt As You Go.
Haven't done a lot of it. Don't
No.
really know a lot about it. Getting into it in a table runner, great.
Best way to do it.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's cool about that is in those packages is the material, the interfacing,
Mm-hmm.
batting.
Batting.
the batting type
That's
material.
Yeah.
but it's pre-printed.
Marked on there where to sew.
So it basically, yes, you put your fabric on there and you sew it, line it up, fabric. So like you don't have to think about it.
That's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a great project for someone who like needs that instant gratification kind of feel, or, you know, it's midnight and Easter's tomorrow and you're like, oh, I need a table runner.
That would be
Right.
great to take as a gift.
Oh, I need that for tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been there. So those are going to be great for that. So
Yeah.
excited about those.
And I believe those are shipping midsummer. If
I believe
what
so.
they said. So we should see those
Ordered,
July-ish.
done. We should see.
Ordered.
Yep.
We'll have them here. We'll have them before the distributors have them, which is awesome.
Yeah.
They did say that. You're like, since you ordered them, you'll have them before even our distribution centers get them. Like,
Great.
so we'll have those. So if you like making table runners, you like quilt as you go, that's coming. And she's actually said in the works other different ones.
Nice.
So just those two to start.
We did announce last week our littles.
Yeah.
And we do still have some room left in our littles program, which is going to be, Jason's going to give me this piece of paper. Okay.
So much happening.
I'm just going to read on camera. That's a little, anyway.
That's okay.
There are 6 littles, which are, instead of using 10-inch squares, you're using 5-inch squares. You're making table runners. These are patterns that she has in books or in other things that she shrunk down.
Yep.
If you don't need 6 table runners, there's going to be a great way to turn these into baby quilts, how to make it into something else that is useful to you. But we are doing a package deal where you can buy, you're going to be in all 6. Okay. You're going to get all of your fabric, but you get to pick it. You're going to be able to get, you're going to have to help me, your class included.
Yep.
And yeah, so everything for the top, including the binding, and a class for all 6. So you can learn all kinds of new techniques using your small,
Minis.
your mini Stripology rulers. So if you've bought them and they've kind of sat and you're like, I just use this to cut strips and I don't know, that I use the big one to cut strips and those sit over there. Well, this would be a great way to really get yourself,
Absolutely.
build that skill, right?
Yes.
So
Also, because they're on smaller scale, they're very scrap friendly.
Yeah.
So you could absolutely take any of these little patterns and increase them and make a whole quilt. And then you're just going to have smaller piecing as far as, you know, your block goes.
And a lot of people like that. You know, they're like, I don't want this 8-inch, 10-inch square. Like I want things that have a little bit smaller piecing.
Right.
So we are doing a package. What we're going to do is you can buy individual classes for $50 after May 15th.
Correct.
But for right now, if you want to purchase the whole thing, would normally be, so 50 times 6 would be $300.
Sure would be.
We're selling it for $240.
What?
That's like a class and
That's
a little
free one.
for free.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Who
go
did
on our
this math?
website and you're going to find the
Little's Club.
Littles Club there, and you can sign up for the whole thing and you're good to go.
Yep.
This is not a subscription. This is the full amount up
Full
front.
amount one time. And
Yep,
so then you're
one-time
going to
deal.
come to class and not owe me anything, and I'm going to give you fabric. And
Right.
you're going to be like, that you get
That's
to
like
it's
shady
free.
lady math.
It's like free on that day.
It really is
Yeah.
like free that day. Shady, but it's what it is. Anyway,
So,
perfect. So yeah, table runners, really just a great thing. I do love them. I look
Yep.
forward to more of those.
so you guys, some of you came and did the sew along with me
Mhm.
and did Jolie.
Yeah.
Well, Jolie is now a printed pattern. So if you missed out on doing the Jolie sew along,
Mhm.
and if you come in, you see this in the shop, now have printed patterns.
Yes.
So we bought a bunch of those so they would come home with us, and we did buy Felicity patterns. So
Yeah.
that's the quilt behind me, the 2 quilts behind us. And this is written for a throw size all the way up to king size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes, and is fat quarter friendly or half yard friendly. It's just a great quilt. It is a little bit, in my opinion, there is a little bit more work to it.
So maybe
And
not your
so-
first GE quilts.
Yes, but what is cool about that is sometimes people look at GE quilt and they're like, that's pretty simple. Like even Jolie, okay, there's just one little cutout and you put the square in. I love simple. I love to get things,
simple's the way to go.
But some people like just something that has a little bit more movement.
Go ahead and move that and go overhead to show those patterns so
Yes.
people can see them a little bit better.
You don't want this on there?
I don't, not yet, because we're going to talk about it in just a second.
Okay.
But since you brought those up, I'd like to be able to show those because not everybody knows what Jolie is. The sew along that you did back in February. That is the full printed pattern now. So if you didn't get to come in and do that sew along, you can come in and get that pattern. I do love that those are fat quarter friendly though. How much is that pattern?
$12.
$12.
And one thing that's
Love
really
it.
nice about Jolie is that you do have these long blocks. So it's great for like a large scale print that you don't want to cut up too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes a fast baby quilt. I mean, you're
Love
just
that.
in and out done.
And then this is Felicity, which does have a little bit more piecing to it, but it's dynamic. It's so pretty.
It is.
I just love
And
it.
it looks very challenging. You're never cutting little tiny triangles out. No way. But you end up with
like
pinwheels and really cool stuff.
style. I love that one.
So-
It looks difficult. It's just not.
And both of them are on our website as of this morning.
Okay, now this one is the one that I'm excited about. She talked about this at H&H. You may have seen it in that, again, awful photo of me. It was over in the background. This is called...
Echoes of Iceland.
It is.
So Gudrun is from Iceland.
Yep.
And so she also she has developed a new line of fabric.
She did.
With Andover.
Yep.
We have her collection coming in August.
Called Hema.
Hema.
H-E-I-M-A.
And it is really like rocks. Like it is like
it's inspired by nature that she knows of in Iceland. So moss.
But not like actual like rock. It's just inspired by. So there's movement as if, right?
Absolutely. And it's a gorgeous line. Like I love the look of it.
It's definitely got some tonals, almost a blendery feel.
Yeah.
Right.
So not real loud prints by any stretch,
Mm-hmm.
but that's going to make it work so well in this block of the month because you're really focused on the color and the texture in all those prints.
Right.
You got to tell us what else is great about this block of the month because it's so awesome.
So what's really cool is this is going to be skill building. You're going to start from the beginning. You're going to do strip piecing. Okay, so we've got you using your Stripology ruler to cut and to make strips. Great. The following month, you're going to do some half square triangles. How do we do that with our Stripology? How do we get the best result? And then on and on. So anybody who's done Master Your Stripology ruler, if you have that book and if you've worked through that or if you've taken class with me or any of that, you are going to see that she's taken some of those things and expanded.
Yes.
Flying geese with 2 different backgrounds. Just some really cool stuff that's going to make it so you're going to build your skills and really use your Stripology to the fullest extent.
So
now,
I would love, can you put that back onto the camera for me, please?
Again.
What I would love for you guys to do is to have a look at this for a quick second. Now, you guys have all seen the Stripology stuff that Danielle's done, the stuff we have hanging up behind us. You look at this quilt, what do you think while you're looking at it? Is your first thought Stripology and modern-y style?
I mean...
If I didn't tell you this was Stripology...
Right.
It looks so traditional.
You would have absolutely thought that was a more traditional pattern writer.
Especially because it looks like a block of the month.
It does.
You know, it's like got sample blocks.
There's room for the blocks to breathe. Like, I love that she doesn't have a bunch of different crazy blocks packed together. That was the one thing that when we were talking about this when we took that awesome photo that I'm involved in. We had that conversation. I thanked her for making something very traditional looking because I know a lot of you love the traditional look. And some of you are hesitant with Stripology because of that modern feel. I love that this will let you see that you can still do that traditional stuff with the Stripology ruler.
And how fun are these borders?
Dude, that border situation is awesome.
It's so cool.
Super fun border.
Sadie,
and
could you point to that first one in there real quick?
Like this guy?
Yes. Do you want to tell them how that is done, generally speaking?
Do you think that this right here is a square in a square?
It's a square in a square.
Yep, and then there's flying geese with 2 different backgrounds.
So those are done with 2 different backgrounds.
And you're still going to make them 4 at a time.
Yeah.
And they're going to be perfect every time.
Yep.
So amazing.
Cool.
Yep.
Coming in November, just to note.
And we will be selling those block of the month kits. So be ready for that when that comes out.
So exciting.
So again, I can't just yet, but yes. Julie, old fashioned. Yes, traditional is a better word. Yes.
These are already on. These are already on the website. You can buy those now.
Absolutely can buy those. You can come in today and get those if you want them.
That we're not going to have some information on till we get it figured out.
There's some better details coming, but it's not a terrible size quilt. I can't remember the actual details on it, but it's not her usual like massive oversized quilt. Say, is there a?
Yeah, it's 74 by 82.
Oh yeah, that's a very, very good size quilt.
Mm-hmm.
Great gifty size even. And the fact you're going to be doing it with Stripology methodology.
Yep.
10-month block of the month.
That is a 10-month.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll be looking to start that November, December when we have better details on some stuff.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, you're done.
So keep tuned for that. So that's awesome. That's why
Yes.
we went there. Let's continue fabric.
Yeah.
Sadie, I'm going to let you take this one away because you got to go and hang out with this fella.
Alrighty, this is a line that is coming to us. It is called Enrapture by Juicy Juice.
Mhm.
So this gentleman right here is Juicy Juice. He's super nice. And he had historically been an Andover designer.
He was recently.
So you may recognize him or his name because we have carried many of his lines. We've carried Ink and Deco Glow 2, and now we have Fizz and Spectrastatic and the one he did with Allison Glass, Soliloquy and Scrawl.
Yes, Scrawl.
So you've seen lots of his fabrics in our shop. Even if you're not familiar with him, I'm sure you're familiar with his stuff.
Yes.
But he has now moved to Free Spirit Fabrics, and this is his first collection with them. I am in love with this collection. Getting to meet him and hear him talk about it, he was very inspired by those like Harlequin paperback romance novels that are at the checkout and are kind of this like gothy moody romance vibe, right?
Yeah.
So think of like, the castle on the hill in the background and the shirtless dude with the hair in the wind. That's very much the vibe.
You're talking about me?
No,
She just, sorry guys.
Anyway.
It's real.
So this is the fabric actually printed
Can we open
here.
it? Can we open it?
Just do it.
Do it.
They told me I could. So this
Oh
print
my gosh,
here
I'm so excited.
is inspired by cathedral windows, but look at all of those flying geese. So fun.
Love
I
it.
love that fabric.
And there's just so much delicious texture in all of his prints, and the colors are so great. Beautiful
I'm so
florals.
glad we're getting this line.
it-
Oh my God, look at that.
It's not coming till November, so calm
guys
down.
gotta
Oh
wait.
my gosh,
Again, this
they're
is
all
why
going
we
to be
go
like,
early.
let's go.
Where's the other large print? Do they have the one with the?
Yeah, it's all the way at the back.
Is it?
This
Oh, here's
design
one.
is so geometric and fun.
Yeah,
I love
nice
it.
background
Love it.
fabric, could be a blend,
This has a spider web in the background. I'm not sure how well you can see that.
Go to
but-
the orange one.
In his presentation that he did about it. Oh, here's the large print.
Oh, I love that one
Like,
too. Oh,
These
look at
are
the
so
background.
soft.
Oh my gosh! Please tell me you have a picture of his quilt.
I do. It should be
Okay.
there.
We'll get the. That's fine.
Oh,
there it
here's
is.
the orange one.
Ah,
So there's an itty bitty spider right here and an itty bitty spider right here.
I know,
And
dude. Isn't it
Juicy Juice
awesome?
was telling us that they have this lovelorn love story in his mind that they
Oh,
have
he put
this
story
web-
behind it.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
so
my
cool.
gosh.
It was so cool to get to hear him talk about how he designed and what his thought process was
Yeah,
going through this whole thing.
that one's awesome. I love that whitewash. Of
Yeah.
that
And
floral.
to me, it's
Yes,
definitely,
Julie, I
you
showed
could
that.
have, you
That's-
could have,
It's so much better in person.
there's
Sorry.
so many multiple quilts. Like you could stay in that neutrally portion. You could go to that orange and you could combo the orange and the green
You
together.
could. Absolutely. Like there's so much. It's
so
absolutely
many different things you
incredible.
could do. We're getting the full line.
I love
It is not
it.
coming till November.
I'm sorry.
There's a little spider guy.
Oh,
Anyway, so very exciting. And it's always great to see it on actual fabric.
I have
too.
to say this though. This is the part that's frustrating for me. Is that at the time that she went to see Juicy Juice, I went to see Gudrun, and I didn't get a free layer cake of Juicy Juice's fabric, so I'm sad. But I did win a free fat quarter bundle
From Andover.
Yeah.
And
It's-
Andover is great
It's
fabric.
an Andover line.
Yeah.
It's not my style, but it's okay. It's
Yeah.
still pretty. I did try to trade her. She wasn't having it.
No. So I do have a few pictures of Juicy Juice and one of the
Yay!
quilts he made.
Yes.
So that is another image that kind of shows you all the prints in the line. And that's me and Juicy Juice in front of one of his quilts that he made.
Man.
And it is a little challenging to see in this photo, but he has these really cool, really wide stripes that have this sort of rough
Frayed
edge kind
yeah.
of look.
Mm-hmm.
And he is using that as like a two-tone background in
Yes.
this.
I love how he incorporated it in that. It's where it goes from dark to light, right there. You see that jaggedness of the fabric or the design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a strip of fabric.
That's how
It's
it's
a stripe.
printed.
It's
It's
so
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I can show you that here if you want to switch back to overhead for me, Lou.
Yeah, real quick there you go.
So it's just that he's pieced this in such a way, and then he has the blenders in here of the black with the speckle
I love
and
it.
also the white with the speckle. And so just how you place that makes the background blend so seamlessly.
Yeah,
Right.
So
very
cool.
Also, I want to point out, you may have been going to do this. Sorry to mow your lawn if I do.
It's fine.
The quilting design he has on that quilt is
Mm.
all throughout this print.
It is this print here. So you see these like circles that go on top of each other. That is now going to be released as a design that you can get for embroidery or long arm.
Yes, I will
So
be owning
You can
that.
you can quilt it like that.
Yes. So
You
if
can quilt
you
anything like that.
if you love this texture, that could be the beautiful quilted texture on your Juicy Juice quilt.
Yeah,
Mhm,
How
mhm,
exciting
mhm.
is that?
that is my
So
highlight for the week,
exciting.
and I didn't even get to go learn all that stuff. Do you have any other pictures on there? Or was that it?
That was it for
Okay.
this.
Perfect.
But yes, this line is coming to us. We're very excited. We love Juicy Juice. More to come on that.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So the last thing that we want to talk about is I was going there with the intention of trying to find a couple of different thread companies to kind of try out and see what I could do with them. I did find this one. This is new for us. The brand name is called Scanfil. It's a Scandinavian company. This is all organic cotton fiber thread. So long staple. Oh, it says it right there on top. Extra long staple Pima cotton. We've talked about threads before. Staple depends on, like if it's short staple, it's not got as much tensile strength as a long staple. So this is a good quality cotton thread. They have 62 different colors.
On the back, it tells some things that I felt were really nice. Maybe, or maybe
Okay.
I read it in the book. Okay, this elegant. It's from recycled.
Oh, natural.
Or wait, I don't remember
That's okay.
anymore. And I think it was on the brochure.
It's on the brochure. They have a lot about how it's very eco-friendly.
Yes,
which
they
I'm
don't
very
use as
excited
much
about.
water to produce, and they don't use as much other things. So it's conserving energy and
Earth friendly. We
Mhm.
love
Very
that.
earth-friendly. Also, it comes with a spool stand. That's what you see right there in the middle of that.
Yeah, right
Um,
here.
There is a little wooden spool stand that
In
you
every
can put
little
your
box.
threads on there and it can hang out. They do sell them individually. We're going to give them a try and see how we like them.
yeah, personally, individually, we're gonna try them out. We're gonna see if we like them.
So they do have all different colors. They have, from the neutrals basics up to some muted pastel colors. The price point for them was actually not terrible. I want to say it was right at the $9-ish point for a spool of
A
thread,
spool.
which is not terrible.
And it's 100% cotton.
100% cotton, 50 weight 2-ply. So we're going to give it a shot and see how that works out. See if we like them. We may be carrying that hopefully before long.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I was tempted to say if you want to give it a shot, I would just give a spool to somebody. I have a lot of spools.
I thought you got that for me.
I did.
Okay.
So I can't give away her stuff. So anyway.
Well, we're going to sew with it. We're going to test it, make sure that we like it before we're really pushing it and, talking to you all about it. But we're excited about it. Excited about the opportunity.
We probably will sell. We want to get some other options, right?
I do. I
Yes,
need another
We
option.
we have been, here's Omni, here's Orfill.
Mhm.
Omni is what you put on long arm, Orfill's over here.
Right.
The end. I just feel that we need something else.
I think you're right. And
Yes.
I don't disagree at
Mhm.
all. I think it's really smart to have another option for people to try. I don't want it to be a junk option though.
Right.
You know,
So that's
there
why
are,
we're going to test it.
and I don't like using the word junk. Each brand has their style and their place and time for whatever purpose and use. But we sell good quality stuff here, and I don't apologize for that. And sometimes that good quality stuff costs a little bit more, but it's going to work for you. So I want to do my due diligence. I want to try this out, see how it handles Danielle.
And it won't take long. Let me just have a weekend and
Right?
Well, here's the thing. Like, we don't like to carry anything that we don't also use and love.
Right.
You
Get
know?
excited about it if you don't
Mhm.
use it and don't understand it.
So this is on our radar to see if we can fall in love with it.
Unless anybody out there has tried it before and you have some of your own input, I would love to know your insight on it if you've got any. So feel free to share that with us. We will take all the information that we can. I believe that is at this point. Oh, we didn't talk about sample it. Oh my good golly gracious. Sadie, you about let me get away from here with that.
I did almost.
So
oh yeah, because you guys did post a lot of pictures from the hallway line.
Mhm.
and nothing probably from inside. I was terrible at taking pictures the
Yeah.
entire week.
Yeah.
I got yelled at
He did.
by nobody ever. I actually not one
By
time.
me.
Nobody ever said anything about it. That was the answer.
I did tell you to. Anyway,
You did tell me to take pictures and FaceTime video. I did not, but sample it. So what is sample it? Who wants to field that one?
I will. So
Take it away.
Sample It is before the show really starts in full swing. Many of the distributors and vendors who are there at the show will have product available to wholesalers or retailers early.
Mhm.
So, for example, there were fabric companies there that had collections that are upcoming that are not releasing for several months, but as a retailer, we are able to then purchase that so that we can get our samples made before the line comes out.
which
Right.
is really nice.
Yes.
Because so often the whole collection comes in, we got to get it in the computer, and then
Scramble to get it made.
get something made. And
Right.
yes, I sew fast, but
The worst thing is if it's a pretty line
yeah,
and you get the whole lines butchered and sold before the sample's finished.
yeah,
And
That
it's like,
has
I would
happened.
love to make that sample, but I don't have like 8 of the fabrics anymore. So,
right.
Sure.
So we've talked a lot about how we can do better on those lines. So the problem is we don't ever know what y'all are gonna like.
We try really hard.
a
Right.
lot of guessing that takes
But
place.
you know, I go, okay, this one, we love it. Let's get enough that we can make
Right.
50 kits.
Right.
You know,
But it's not only fabric that is available there. They had lots of yarn, pattern writers were present. And a lot of these people, again, are just debuting those new things that are going to come out and maybe giving us as shop owners a little bit of break to encourage us to try and bring them in.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing. I mean, that's part of the whole reason to go. But it does get very
Contentious.
competitive, I would
Mhm.
say.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of planning. You sit down with the map, you make a strategy, and you hope you don't have to elbow anybody on the way to what you need.
Yeah. When I posted that whole like vibe photo of think Black Friday pre 2020,
Yeah.
no
I think
joke.
we have photos if you
Do
would
we have
show
a photo?
them. Yeah.
Did you take some? Hopefully better than this one. Sadie took this one.
And this was still maybe 20 minutes before the event opened. It's kind of hard to tell from this picture, but this is a line that snakes back and forth probably 5 times.
Yeah,
Down
easily.
this huge hallway.
Yeah, so it's against the wall next to it, and then that at least 3 or 4 times, and then goes out into the other hallway. Like it was insane
Come
the
back.
number of people.
So last year, it went down and back.
Uh-huh.
The end.
The
Mhm.
end.
Down and back, and then maybe out in the hall. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this went down, back, down, and back, and then that went out into the hall.
So it was wild.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, you're all gonna cram into this little bitty space and buy all the things." And the Moda table got mauled.
I mean, people were running.
There was running,
Mhm.
legit running to the Moda table.
So
Now that's got
even-
history though.
Yeah, even last year, like I was like, you can feel the floor moving.
Yeah. People
Because,
are
I mean-
excited. The energy is like,
And yeah, so they're sending me pictures from there, and I'm like, I miss that energy. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's crazy. And it just really gets you like Black Friday, like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that Cabbage Patch doll.
Right.
You know, like I gotta,
yeah.
it's 1984, I'm going.
Going
you know?
for it. I need that Tickle Me Elmo. No, you
Right,
don't.
because
Yeah.
this is going to make or
Alone.
break Christmas, right?
Right.
We feel that same way. We
Yeah.
need to bring Christmas home to you.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what we were doing at Sample It.
So, and the threads that I brought, I got from Sample It.
Yes.
Again, I got to talk to the owner. His name is Boy.
Yes.
I'm not joking. It is Boy. His name is Boy.
I was,
Cool dude.
I was like, are you
Awesome.
like, boy, I can't remember. Like, I
No.
thought, no, that's his name.
I know.
Okay.
Weird pause. No, his name is Boy. Cool guy. But anyway, got to talk to him for a minute. His table was a little sluggish because I walked in early, and then everybody was at the motor
Going
table.
to the motor.
Eventually, they all dispersed after they ravaged that. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
We also decided that maybe next year we should have a better plan. I don't know. Like, sometimes we're like, I don't know how you can make a better plan.
I don't know.
But
I think at this point we have 2 years worth of experience.
yeah.
I
we
think
can go,
come up with a
okay.
little more plan.
I'm going to get somebody on R&D for teleportation. I really think that's the best plan.
Yeah.
Because if I could have teleported to the Moda booth, that would have helped me a lot. I would have had a little head start.
Do we have any scientists in the audience that would love to help with that whole teleportation?
Yeah.
I could quantum physics being your strongest background. That would probably be
Mike TV from Willy Wonka. Like, I could do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
we
that
did
just got
have
silly.
another product that we are excited to be bringing in
Mm-hmm.
that we got to see at H&H.
what I forgot about.
The goat
So-
tote.
Oh my God!
Sorry. Should I have not have said
No,
that?
that's
no,
fine.
you should have. So,
We got some
Lydia, if
goats.
you would, please.
The goat tote.
Goat tote.
So these are your sewing machine roller bag, your, ruler accessory bag that's going to come with you. These have, the folks that make these have thought about, taking it on an airplane, what's going to go, and how do you use this at retreat. So they are so cool.
Yeah.
I love the colors. They're so fun. Like, they definitely had quilters in mind when they designed these.
Yeah.
The other thing that I love is that they are pretty affordable compared to other brands that we have seen that make sewing machine roller bags. And some of the roller bags for us have been difficult to get in.
It's been tough to get
So
them stocked from some locations.
That
which
is
wild.
not going to be a problem with these. So we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
We have all the dimensions so we can figure out if your machine will fit or not, which bag you need. But they are here. We got them
So
here
we've got some in
already.
stock ready to go, right?
Yeah.
So
So,
those won't
if
last
you need
long.
to come and feel, how does this really wheel around?
Right.
Because I don't know about that. Come in. We'll show you all the pockets on the inside. All that is going to make a difference for carrying those machines around.
For sure.
Excellent. And Julie makes a really good point. She can't help with the teleportation, but she does volunteer as tribute to help cover more ground at the next one. So
There we go.
Yeah, we
I just
got
start a short
we got
list
more
for that.
runners. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have
You
ran
go there,
very
you
well.
go there.
No, not
No,
this
you'd
year.
have been
Not
mauled.
this
It'd been
year.
awful.
No.
Maybe next year you'll be running.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Before we wrap this up, unless you got anything else I forgot about, because I seem to have forgotten everything, I want to make the announcement about HandiQuilter.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are running a promo. Started
The 8th.
so just
2
a
days
day or
ago.
two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have an image on that?
Yes, we
Here we
do.
go. So HandiQuilter is taking an extra $1,000 off the price of the Pro Stitcher systems. So you'll save up to $3,000 on that Pro Stitcher system. They did this at Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It surprised me they did it.
Yeah.
They're doing it again. So if you have been on the fence about the Pro Stitcher system,
Just adding it to your current machine.
and all that other stuff, you can come get me one. Talk to me today. Let's get you one. Let's not wait any longer. Go ahead and bring it back, Lou.
Yeah, or do you
Um,
see that save $7,500? So if you want to buy a machine and a Pro
Mhm.
Stitcher,
It's a good combination price. It's really
it's the time to do
this
it.
is the time to do it because we had a whole lot of conversations about tariffs. Like that was a whole other conversation. We're trying to keep it light and fun,
Yeah.
but tariffs have been a conversation.
For everyone.
It is
All
not an
across
if,
the-
it is a when. Prices will be affected. To what degree is still kind of in the air.
Don't know.
Correct.
This is not a scare tactic. Go buy a machine while you're scared. Nope.
No,
This is a
no.
realistic. Prices are going to go up for HandiQuilter anyway. They always go up third quarter. Always. That is
Mhm.
just a couple months away. You're going to get this at a good price now. If you've been contemplating it, please do yourself that
And
favor.
here's what I do because I always think of the shady lady math. That's what I call it. Okay, and that's because that's how I roll. Or girl math. Girl math. You've
Yeah,
heard about
girl math. Girl
right?
math
Yeah,
is a little
yeah.
less
Okay.
shady.
Yeah. So there's going to be a price increase, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already getting that sale.
Right. You're already getting that
I'm
savings.
saving the money by buying it now versus wait, so plus there's a discount. So look at
all the money.
all the savings.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for
So,
sure.
Perfect.
You guys understand girl math, right? Like you have something to return and so you go to return it and then you get something on sale and something else on sale and you're like, I only spent $20, except you returned something that was 100.
That doesn't
You
count.
didn't come
That doesn't
back
count.
with
That
100.
money was already spent. You
Right.
returned it for a reason.
Yeah.
So clearly that money was already considered.
Anyway, I like to do girl math.
So girl math is helpful, I think, because, many people in this hobby specifically don't like to invest in themselves.
That is so true.
They
You
don't
know, that's
feel
a true statement.
they don't feel that they're worth it.
You deserve it.
or,
Yeah.
something like that. They're not a good enough quilter.
I
whatever.
should, put that to the family, not to me. I
Yeah.
should do this instead of
What's
that.
the last thing those kids have done for you except demand food, clean clothes, not want to do the trash?
Yep.
Oh, no.
I
no.
know the trash is
Fight
full.
back.
I know it's full.
I know it's on the floor.
Anyway,
Get it out.
not to say all of that, but you are also worthy of nice things.
You
Yes.
are.
If this brings you joy, then that is worth investing in,
Yes.
especially in these times, right?
Absolutely.
Enjoy it.
So know that things are going to change in some capacity. We don't know
Always.
what and we don't know how, but we are trying to stay on top of that as much as we can. And anything that we can do to help, ease this transition, we're going to do. So
The only constant is change.
correct.
Thank you. Very philosophical.
Yes.
Philosophical.
Anyway, but we want this to be light and fun. We don't want to talk about that anymore. So we had a great time hanging out in Chicago. We got to meet lots of new friends, make connections with other quilt shops, see the new things that are on the market, and we're so excited to bring all of that knowledge and education
And fun stuff.
and fun stuff back to you all. So hopefully you are feeling energized and inspired by these things, because that's definitely what it did for us.
Yeah.
So we hope to see you guys very soon.
Come see
in
me
the shop.
today. Now, get in the car. Come on. Let's go.
Are we saying bye?
I think we're done.
Okay.
We're done.
Thanks,
Are you good over
guys.
there? All right. We're out of here.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.